Hey guys, today I'm going to have you compare and contrast characters from the story, The Journey of Oliver K. Woodman. It gives you page numbers on some of these questions. I do suggest you go back in your book and look these things up so that you are getting the correct answers or specific things that it's asking you for. That's going to be really helpful instead of just going off your memory sometimes. Another important thing I want you to remember is that when you are answering these questions, you should always be restating the question. Always in third grade, we restate the question. Comparing and contrasting characters. So we're going to be looking at in each question, two characters, and we're going to decide how they are the same, that's compare, or how they are different, that's contrast. Okay, when we are comparing characters, we're going to use words like alike, same, both, similar. And if you're restating the question, those words should already be in your response, but make sure you're using those words. If you'd like, you can try to use a different word. For example, how are Tamika and Uncle Ray similar in the beginning of the story? You could restate that and say Tamika and Uncle Ray are alike at the beginning of the story because. So that's a challenge that you can take on if you would like. It might impress me, so maybe you should do that. Okay, and then contrast, we're going to use words like different, unlike, but, and instead. And same thing with that. If you're restating the question, you should already be using those words, but you can try to use different contrast words if you would like. For this activity, like I said, just make sure you're restating the question and that you're using those compare and contrast words and that you are looking back in your books to make sure that you are doing this correctly. You are going to open this up in Kami and type in the lines. When you're doing that, please make sure that you are putting your text box like on top of the line so that it's easy for me to read. Some of you have been kind of putting it on the line so it's like crossed out when I'm reading it. So just try to be careful of where you're inserting that text box. As always, if you need me, you can find me on our class video meeting.